Live.
All right. Hello and welcome to the Spinnin Backfist MMA show for Tuesday, September 26th. It is Robbie Fox, it is Big Ev, and Jack Mack will be joining in just a second. He's bringing in the Monaco because you can't do a Spinnin Backfist show without this stuff. We've got the spicy margarita here. Ev's got one of the watermelons.
Margarita. We got the double vodka here, the orange heart, the original hard lemonade.
Yep. That one's the only double vodka one. The rest are double tequila. 2 shots in every can, 9% alcohol. This stuff is awesome. And
don't forget about the Kentucky coffee.
Exactly. Jack's got the Kentucky coffee. That stuff is so good, so sweet.
Now we're working today, but I mean, imagine putting some Kentucky coffee in my coffee right now. Would be great.
Good.
Oh my God, it would be amazing.
Coffee, whiskey, it's great. We love Monaco. Shout out Monaco.
I saw the Monaco.
It was back this weekend.
The octagon. Yep, they were back in the octagon on all the pads. And shout out Monaco for sponsoring the show.
They have the it really pops out because it's instead of the white logo, they do a red logo.
Yeah,
and it really pops out. And
a little red and gold.
Shout out Monaco. And may this partnership be blissful for both.
That was you said a prayer at the end there. may we be prosperous in our
endeavors.
in our endeavors.
In our endeavors, yes, thank you.
Now and for art thou.
Yes. We're here to do a Spinnin Backfist MMA show on not only the card this past weekend, but on a bunch of the news that we got, because we got some huge news. Paddy the Baddy's back. That's what we made the thumbnail and headline. Obviously, friend of the program, friend of Barstool. He's got a huge fight against Tony Ferguson.
There's been obviously a lot of big fights announced over the last 2 weeks. This one probably is the most, call it a few things, call it most hot button, most controversial, if you will.
Yep.
Some people are confused by it. Some people love the matchup. Some people don't like the matchup. Some people just can't believe these two names are together. People might call us biased. I do think it makes sense.
It makes sense as much as an 0-6 in his last 6 versus 6-0 in his last 6 could make sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because the thing, obviously, Tony's fought a bunch of killers, and listen, I think there are. I mean, people have definitely have their thoughts about him continuing to fight, not continuing to fight. He obviously wants to fight. I mean, it's weird because in some of these fights, he has shown flashes.
Yeah.
But it just seems like he just isn't able to maintain it for the full 3 rounds like he used to. I know Paddy's opened up as a huge favorite, and a lot of people think that Tony is more than capable of winning this fight.
I saw Chael Sonnen put out a video yesterday where he was like, Tony Ferguson wins that fight. This is a very, very tough fight for Paddy the Baddy to win.
I was surprised by the line. I mean, I was off in my read. It's -380.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was high.
I don't want to be disrespectful to Paddy, but Tony Ferguson 3-1 is live as fuck.
I think so.
Now, I'm not saying I'm going to bet it. I probably won't, just out of it's just one of those things you don't do.
No.
So I'll never bet against the steamroller. There's some things I just won't. But if someone's like, hey, who should I bet in this fight? It's not like I'm going to be lay. If anything, I mean, I guess Paddy late, but it'll be, I mean, here's the thing. That card is loaded as fuck.
It's an awesome
I think I'm going to have to go.
Yeah, people.
I haven't been to Vegas yet. I have to go.
Some people in the chat were asking where do I think it goes on that card. I'd say probably either main card opener or maybe main card, maybe second fight. So the main card is loaded.
Loaded.
Yeah.
Luke Gary.
Luke Gary. That
Shavkat.
Then you've got Shavkat, Wonder Boy.
And then you got the 2 title fights.
Then you have the 2 title fights. Obviously, 2 title fights are the 2 main billing, obviously.
That press conference is going to be good.
That's going to be
crazy.
Awesome.
Colby and Leon, obviously.
Paddy and Tony is just a combination I never thought we were going to see.
And then, I mean,
Luke
Gary, I think will be
a great fight.
Yeah.
Great fight.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle it because they were teammates at.
And
it's not Sanford anymore.
What's it called? Not going to talk shit.
Kill Clip. What?
But Luke's not going to talk shit either.
But Gary may make you talk shit because
Gary's going to try for sure. Gary tries to hate his opponents. I feel like.
I wonder if he'll do that to Luke though. I wonder if maybe this will be one that he doesn't, that he respects him. I'm curious.
I would if I were Gary. How could you hate Luke? They were calling him the nicest motherfucker in the UFC a couple years ago.
That's why I kind of think he might not like. I don't think he's going to go full like Neil Magny on him. I think he's going to tread.
I hope not.
I think he's going to.
I think he would get
lightly.
cringeworthy if he did.
I think this might be a fight for Luke, or excuse me, for Gary, where he just knows the stat card, like it's a banger.
Yeah.
I don't like the fight kind of sells itself a little bit here.
Yeah.
Where I think what happened with Magny was once it wasn't him versus Jeff Neal anymore, which he definitely would have talked shit to Jeff Neal. He obviously had the mugshot shirt and everything, but I think what he was probably, I would imagine he respects Luke and he's gonna be like, hey, this is a banger.
Yeah.
What I don't need to like. I don't need to tear this man down as a father to sell this fight.
I think they'll kick off the card. If
you think Gary will?
Yeah, I think it'll
or
be
Paddy. You think Gary will?
Gary and then Paddy, Tony.
You think Shavkat Wonderboy, I bet, would be the one under the title fights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think if Shavkat beats one, I think the winner of that fight, honestly, obviously everyone's going to be picking Shavkat. I don't blame them. I would too.
Yeah.
But I think the winner of that fight could have an argument for a title shot.
Yeah. And then Frivola's got a fight that we mentioned on the last show.
Oh, dude. Banger.
If he wins that one and Paddy wins this one, I think that is still the clear
collision course for sure.
The next fight to make there. Yeah. I think they would both be, obviously, Frivola's open to
What do you think about the other lines that have come out on, because MPI brings it up, odds come out for Gary fighting? No, but they do have 4 lines up for 296. 295 has 3 right now, at least on, I can't say yet, but it's like a well-respected online book. And Pereira's minus 140 against Yuri. I think that's fair just because Yuri's coming off what we've been told is this. Obviously, Dana says the worst injury in the history of sports, but it's a long layoff. I know Leon doesn't believe in ring rust. I told you ring rust isn't real. But, and then we see
which
John's minus 360, which I think makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we saw Colby is plus 100.
I figured that was going to be like a pick 'em.
I think that's fair.
Makes sense. That's going to be a contentious week in this room.
Yeah. And then Shavkat's minus 465. Pantoja's minus 220.
Interesting.
And these are low. Like the limits aren't high on these lines yet, so obviously they'll be a lot more movement when we get closer. I think Pereira minus 140 is interesting. Like, I don't know if I take him at that.
That's I was hoping.
Obviously, I think I would.
I was hoping to take Pereira as like a plus 100.
Me
like
too.
Plus 120, because I really don't. I think Yuri's very good. I just don't think if you look back on that last fight, like against Glover, I mean that was one where I thought Glover like fumbled it more than he wanted.
Totally.
I think seeing like the way Jamal was able to dominate Glover. I don't know. And just the way like Yuri just fights with his hands down so much.
Yep.
And the way Glover was able to touch him up a lot. If he fights the way he normally fights, I mean, I think Pereira's going to find his chin.
I mean, look what happened to Strickland.
Yeah.
He has some of the best defensive, like all that kind of stuff. He's great with the.
Now, I mean that fight. Yeah, that
still a long ways away, obviously, but that's what I'm thinking right now.
Saint Denis Frivola's like banger. I mean, Frivola doesn't take easy fights.
Did I say I didn't say in the I know because I was in Chicago. Did I say what I talked to him about?
No, I don't think so.
I DM'd with him after. I just was like hyped for him, and I was like, I just said I was out because I obviously we know that we've been on Saint Denis a lot. He's been a cash cow, a lot of submissions, a lot of like finishes and stuff like that. And I said to Frivola, I'll read it. I pretty much said he's
Saint Denis plus 250. Looking back on it against Bonfim, is one of the craziest lines ever.
I said this, bro. I said let's fucking go, bro. I said just want to say one thing. I said BSD is a fucking animal, well rounded as fuck. But his last fight, he was leaving that chin. He was leaving that chin up and open be hit. I said he better not do that against the steamroller because the steamroller will find it. He said he was fired up back. We were just going back and forth. I was saying gotta have on the show before it comes in. He said absolutely. But he's our guy, so I was playing with him. But I really mean that though, for real. I noticed it so much because being on Saint Denis in that fight, I was petrified because he was going so bravely into these exchanges.
And I think Frivola hits harder than Thiago Moises.
I think he definitely hits harder. And I think I think there's a perfect way to describe Frivola. Matt Sarah said it when he was on Rogan. He has the balls to pull the trigger.
Yep.
You've seen it in his last few fights where he Favola gets in these exchanges and he wins them.
Yeah, I know.
Like against Dober, Azar, Azar was undefeated.
Yep.
Favola put him out. Bad.
What Favola did against Dober, the most fascinating part was Dober never really. We know Dober goes for it. Dober, Favola's defense was very good in that fight because if he didn't knock him out in the first round, it was going to go in the second round. I thought Favola was winning the round. Obviously, he caught him so late, not late, but later in the round.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought he was handling it very well, and it wasn't like he was just not. It wasn't like he just ran in there with his hair on fire.
No.
He was very calculated. I mean,
I remember he kept circling really well. That
yes,
fight.
Body
getting out of
kicks.
the way well. Yeah.
We were there, so I watched it back, but there it just seemed like he was handling the moment very well. And I was concerned because that crowd was, he was probably the biggest home favorite that night, even though Aljo had the championship fight, but everybody wanted Steamroller.
Yeah. Sure.
And him and MSG is going to be sick. And then all the other Sarah guys, did we just have did it
I think it's all right.
All right. It was happening earlier. Sorry about that, guys.
Nazim is fighting
Slavoklas.
Yes. That's Borshev. Yeah, that's a great fight. That's a banger.
And then
Bazooka is fighting
not Terrence. It's a guy who's a little bit lower level. It's on his Instagram. I'll go see it. We'll know the name. We know the name.
Yeah, Bazooka. I know Bazooka's fighting on that card as well. So they got three Sarah Longo guys on the MSG card, which is going to be awesome.
Emmers.
Emmers. That'd be a good fight. Very good fight at 145.
But yeah, the fights, the rest of this year is going to be.
Where do you think Saint Denis Favola goes on the
line?
I think no. I'm saying I guess I'll ask that too, but I was going to say where do you think it goes position wise on the card?
I think.
Because I think he gets another. I think they're going to give him another feature prelim spot.
That's what I was going to say.
Because that fight is just it's impossible for that fight to be a bad fight unless someone got something on banana peel.
Yeah.
That is a just certified. When that fight got tweeted, just everything on it, just oh my god, just violence.
Yeah.
It's someone's going to get hurt. And
that's the best way to describe it.
It's either going to be a war for as long as it lasts. Someone's going to get cracked. They both are just fucking savages. And they both are on incredible streaks right now.
I would say Saint Denis opens minus 180.
I was thinking similar, 175 to 200.
I will say I do kind of like Favola with a plus next to his name in that.
People just keep sleeping. People keep sleeping on him. He keeps putting people to sleep.
Speaking of that 295 card, Jared Gordon pays nearly $22,000 for 17 tickets. Do you see that?
So is he on the card?
I don't.
I think no. He's fighting. He has to be. Gordon is fighting somebody. I forget who right now. He's on the card. I'm pretty sure.
Paid $22,000.
That has to be a business expense, right? He has to be able to write that off.
Mark Madsen, he's fighting.
That's who.
Oh wow. Okay, that's a decent fight. Mark Madsen coming off his first loss ever, right?
Yeah. That is a good fight.
Crazy, and that was at the discount too. Just goes to show you how pricey MSG tickets are, especially for
this
the 30th
one
anniversary.
And then obviously John Jones possible retire. The more I think about it, he ain't retiring.
And someone in the chat, Vince, just brought this up. This was maybe the biggest MMA news of the week. I would probably say so, other than the PADDY Tony Ferguson announcement. Israel Adesanya pleads guilty to a drunk driving charge in New Zealand from August 19th, about 3 weeks before the Sean Strickland fight. He was pulled over, allegedly a random breathalyzer test after he had dinner with his friends. He was just over the legal limit in America, like 0.00.
It's 0.08
is the American legal limit.
So he was just over that. Bad luck to be doing this 3 weeks before the worst performance of your career, arguably. But
yeah, I mean,
I don't want to say he's going down the John Jones path just yet. I don't want to spin that narrative.
It wasn't 3 weeks before the fight's tough, but also, I mean, I think we forget these guys are fucking savages. I get it. There's the guys that don't touch alcohol and whatnot. Izzy may just maybe that's just
couple
but then
glasses of
it's
wine at dinner. It might have been.
That's what it seems like because you're right. It was like 0.09. They
Yeah.
did it. They do it differently in New Zealand because it's different metric system. But he was just. I think this thing was. It was in New Zealand. It's over 50 something, and he was at like 70 or 80, which. I mean, I think drunk driving's disgusting, but when it's that much, I mean, he didn't get into a crash. It's not a good look. You're right.
Not a good look. That's. I mean, sucks. Sucks that happened to Izzy.
Yeah, it's weird. I've been seeing a lot of people kind of been making the comments about more like not giving him as much shit as like John Jones, this kind of stuff. But I mean, also I think people are kind of taking for granted that this is like a one fuck up versus like a million fuck ups in a row.
You can't treat this the same way you could treat John Jones' 7th DUI.
Yeah, and also, two, like he could have had 2 like drinks. Like everybody's body holds alcohol differently. It wasn't like he was like falling over. We've seen John Jones.
We've seen him in crazy states where he's like, I
mean,
brain damage.
Did you see what's happening with his brother?
John Jones? Oh, Chandler. Yeah, of course.
Crazy stuff.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
You got
kicked out of the NFL?
No, well,
it's more like
he has like a mental.
Out,
it's the thing with the Raiders is going on with the team,
but then did you see what he said today? It was kind of
I didn't see what he said today.
Oh, it was kind of a Kanye situation where he was forced into a mental hospital and they gave him drugs, quote unquote.
Oh man.
And forced drugs into him. He had a weird string of tweets about his daughter. Then he said he got hacked. So we hope Chandler Jones is okay. That may be a lot on John too, because they're a close family. But we hope Chandler's all right. And then obviously maybe John can help him.
Hey, speaking of brothers in fighting, the Edwards brothers had themselves a weekend over in Ireland. Johnny Eblin went,
dude, he's unbelievable.
Leon's brother, and then went after Leon like immediately afterwards, like puts him out with these fucking brutal
and then
shots.
He was Johnny didn't. I mean, he left me. I don't think he probably has a billion messages, but I messaged him. I was like, "Yo, what were you saying to Fabian after?" Because like he did the thing where he was screaming, and the lead up was I didn't know if it was for show or it was very personal. It was apparently very personal.
Yeah.
But then within a few minutes, Johnny went up to Leon and was like, "My bad."
Yeah.
And he was like.
But the adrenaline has to be through the roof.
He was like, "My bad, dude."
Dog was on the loose.
Yeah. And then Leon looked at him
next.
Retaining his title by vicious knockout.
Yeah. And then Leon was like, "All right." It seemed like they were like, "All right, dude.
All right, dude. Chill out."
Also, very funny that immediately after they asked him about like, it was like Leon and Colby. He was like, "Oh no, I hope he beats Colby. Colby's a scumbag."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, I'll be rooting for Leon for sure."
Yeah.
Like,
because we've asked him about Colby.
He's a big game bred guy. He's friends with all them, so they all hate Colby.
Johnny was the first guy that's almost got me off of the Colby train.
Really?
Yeah, because I respect Johnny so much. He looked at me and he was like, "No, Colby's the biggest scumbag I've ever known." Wow. And I know he's the big, obviously big game bred.
He's boys with all them. Yeah,
he also had the grossest cut.
Oh my god,
crazy!
Like the picture that Poirier posted where you could see his vein like running through the cut. That's fucking crazy.
I think if he didn't finish him,
you see the video of him like going in the back after and like seeing the cut for the first time.
No, I didn't.
It's like, and then he like lays down. They start like stitching it up. He's like, "Holy shit!" He like sees it. He sees it. I'm reading exactly. You might not have said like exactly "Holy shit." But he was like, "Oh my god!" Like, He's like, "That's way worse than I thought."
That was
because he was like, "Oh my god, they could have." He's like, "They might have stopped it if I didn't."
I think
that was what he said. He was like, he had the realization. He was like, "Fuck!" Like they might have stopped the shit if I didn't like put him out.
I thought he got told in the corner because the way he came out in the third. They were like, "You got to go now," because that cut was, and it was right above the eye too.
Really bad.
But
to stitch his ass up.
He's awesome.
Shout out Hunter in the chat who said didn't even realize the boys went to a new channel until last weekend. We are at a new channel. If you haven't noticed, make sure you subscribe.
Please, subscribe. Please spread the word.
Spread the word.
Build this one up a little bit.
Tell all your friends. Throw us a subscribe, please.
Please. Other news. Volkanovski tweeted, "January sounds nice to me."
I saw that.
I think it'll be Taporia.
January.
I think Taporia.
I think so.
I don't know who else would be at this point.
Yeah. If he's booking it right away, it's got to be Taporia.
Also, good for Volk to almost have like 6 months off. Feels like he fights a lot.
Yeah, probably first pay-per-view of 2024 probably sounds like.
Is that announced where yet?
I saw Aaron Bronstetter tweet like, could Volk have his first fight like up north? So it might be a Canada card.
Yes, Vince Dice is saying Toronto. I actually did.
Yo, that would be dope.
I did hear something about Toronto. That would be cool.
I've never been to Toronto. Maybe that'd be like I'd go up there.
I've heard it's awesome.
Yeah, I've never been either.
Yeah, Toronto, I heard too. Okay, I mean,
I wanted to bring this up. Superlek versus Rodtang, and one was fucking awesome.
it was awesome.
Carnage for 3 rounds. It just immediate balls to the wall violence. I wish it went longer. It was just a quick like 3-rounder, but I think Muay Thai with MMA gloves
it's sick.
It's awesome.
Yeah, what's his name? Not Rodtang, the other guy won, right?
Superlek, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, one's awesome. We love one over here. Big one fan, number one. But they have I think they're gonna have a lot more USA cards in 2024.
Hopefully, yeah.
And because they had their first one last year, so it makes sense. Maybe they would like move it up.
So
maybe they'll have one in the on the East Coast. We could go to it. Love one, and then I mean they have a lot of great characters. Obviously, Demetrius. Did you see Demetrius doing the impersonations of every fighter?
Yes.
Oh, unreal.
Dude, really good.
The stances were great.
Dude, it was so funny.
It was like you could literally just pick out which fighter he's talking about based on his stance.
I watched it on mute at first.
Same.
I didn't realize someone was. I thought he just had it planned. No,
Yeah.
somebody was just do this, do that.
Yeah.
There was. He did one made me laugh. I forget which one it was. It was
Poirier one is funny because
Poirier was funny. I was already laughing
Yeah.
at that point. I'll go back and watch it now.
He did Izzy. He did like
His
Sugar.
Izzy one was so spot on. It was crazy.
Which one?
His Izzy one.
Izzy was. I thought Izzy was probably the best one.
Izzy was like, holy shit! Like you could just fight like him if you want.
Did he do Strickland? I think he might have did. Or no, he did.
He did Strickland. Yeah.
He did Strickland, right?
Yeah.
Because he's had the high ass. Like,
Yeah.
Also,
Like, walking
this,
forward.
Like,
Yeah.
Also, Dana's face to begin the video where he announced Ian Gary, Luke was so funny.
Yeah.
It was just like
Pete's dumb.
yeah.
Oh, we do have to give we have to give a shout out to Bryce Mitchell.
Yeah. So let's get into the card this weekend. The main event, unfortunately, was another one of these main events where an injury ended it. Like, I can't believe how often this happens in main events now, but
Does it feel like it happens more in here's the thing, it's one of those, so many of the cards happen inside the Performance Institute,
the Apex.
the Apex, sorry, PI's WWE at the Apex.
Yeah.
Does it happen more there?
I don't think
so. Because think we had the Aspinall one was like a live crowd in London.
Ortega,
point.
Yair.
Or Ortega, we were there. That was
Good
on
point.
Long Island's shoulder.
I was just thinking of the Cater.
Yeah,
This
Cater,
one.
obviously that.
And then
had a
obviously
lot.
what's his name?
we had Rockage did it.
Rockage against when's he
Jan.
gonna get booked? Because it's been like almost a year, right?
He's probably just about getting ready.
All right, that would be
And the
good.
first
I
round
actually
of this fight-
think I saw him tweet recently like he wants the Jan fight back.
Okay, nice.
Because obviously Jan's coming off the loss. It would make sense. He's still like in the top 5. They didn't really get to like really see the fight play out.
The first round of the main event was sick. It was like
really good.
off to a great start, and then Fiziev tore his ACL, and you could like
Just
see
throwing
it.
the kick.
You could see it in the slow mo, like kind of it slide back and everything.
So I was watching football at the same time, and then I saw Fiziev on the ground, and I was like, "Oh my god, did Gamrot like finish him?" And then I saw their reactions, and I was like, "Oh, something bad happened." Then I pressed rewind. And,
Yeah.
I mean that just stinks. That's even like I had a bet on Gamrot, and it's like you can't even really celebrate it.
So that stunk. The co-main event, though, pretty fucking good. It started with Bryce Mitchell walking out with the Bible, and he like holds the Bible as Bruce Buffer is introducing him and screams with it. Amazing meme, instant meme, where everyone tweeted the picture. They go and fight. Speaking of fights almost getting stopped, I legit thought they were going to stop this fight when his eye closed. There was no visibility, it looked like, out of that eye.
Then he compared himself to Jesus on Instagram.
And then he after the fight, he wins. Pretty dominant fight, grappling heavy fight by him. Wins and says, like, Dan, can you stand here with me? And Danny Gay's like, nah, brother, it's your moment. Like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, no, stand here with me.
Headlock just
puts him in a
Arm around.
fucking headlock. Yeah, Rico Bosco style.
He would not let his ass leave.
Then he made him pray with him too.
Yeah, and he's like,
I want you to
Dan's
pray with
gonna
me,
like
brother.
pray for America, and well, he says like I'm gonna donate $5,000 to Hawaii, which is like, oh, that's awesome,
Okay, yeah,
very
yeah.
nice, makes sense why you wanted Dan to stand there for it. And then he's like, and I just want to like say those fires weren't real; they were man-made to get the locals out.
Yeah.
Dan co-signed that, and Dan was like, so uncomfortable. He clearly
Awkward as
didn't want to
hell.
be there. And then, yeah, he said, like, all right, now Dan's going to lead America in prayer. And I assume Dana said to Bisping, like, take that fucking mic away from them right now. Because
Get him
Bisping
out.
was like, all right, everyone, that was Bryce Mitchell. And he walked away. Bryce looked pissed. And then he made Dan, like, get on his knees and pray.
The whole thing was just strange.
It was really strange. And I'm not anti-prayer.
No.
Thank Jesus after the fight. Jesus loves knockouts. All that.
The Ige bringing Dan in was very
It
awkward.
was weird. Yeah.
I'm completely fine with the prayer and whatnot
Praying
after
the
is
octagon
awesome.
by yourself, yeah.
But also, I mean, I get it. I've seen all the conspiracy theories and whatnot. It's just like I don't think that was the point to bring it up. I mean, then also the interview with Bisping before the fight when he
Oh my god.
when he asked him, "Do you think we came from apes?" And then he just yelled at him and then he was like, "Gravity's not real.
Gravity ain't real." Yeah, he's like, explain helium. Helium's got mass. Why don't those balloons fall?
And then the way he was doing it in the car, and then like in the interview, it felt like he was about to come out of the screen and start yelling at me
yeah.
because his face was just, and then Bisping was just there like, oh yeah,
Just giggling, yeah.
and then Anthony Smith
just
looked
in the
like
background,
just
throwing Bisping to the wolves. Like he's some guy, and then like you said, he
things
compared
fall
himself to
because of
Jesus.
density, not gravity.
That's what he said. Yeah. And then he posted a picture, like a side by side of him and Jesus before they put Jesus on the
But it was
cross.
a Jesus actor.
Yeah, and he said, like, want to be clear, not comparing myself to Jesus, but we look pretty alike, don't we?
We got a lot in common.
Yeah.
I want to say, oh yeah, the ice wall. That's another one of his beliefs. Here's the thing. I like everything he says. I've almost heard before.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know where Bryce Mitchell gets his material.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, comparing yourself to like Jesus or like a prophet or whatnot, depending on the religion, it's like very sacrilegious. It's
Big
not
time.
something you're supposed to do. I was very surprised he did that.
Yeah, the Beatles got in trouble for it. John
Yeah,
Lennon
oh, no,
said
that's it's
we're
like
bigger than Jesus.
Like Habib would never compare himself to the Prophet Muhammad or Allah. Like it would be like that's like the ultimate sin.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's Bryce Mitchell though. That's what we've come to expect. Him getting the Bible in the octagon, I thought was very funny.
Freedom.
Yeah, it was great.
Hey, we can get behind freedom, but
Yeah.
this was
Freedom.
You know who does that in PFL is what's his name? He just lost to Carlos Leal.
Yes.
Yeah.
He comes out with the Bible too.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. Bryce did
I
it.
wonder if
And then he came out to the Richmond north of
Yeah,
Richmond.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah.
He's
Do you
the
think
most
Dana's going to try to ban that,
the Bible thing.
like bringing anything into the octagon. I feel like Dana's very like, don't do that shit.
Well,
'Cause
yeah.
Dana's going to say now it opens the door for people to bring any religious text into the octagon, and
And then it's
same
like
thing with the flags. He still doesn't allow them to bring flags.
religion's going to be much tougher than flags
Yeah, I was gonna say
because
it's tough to tell. So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird. He might kind of let that be, but kind of try to keep it more under wraps. Like,
It seemed like the kind of thing that Dana would hate to make.
oh, 100%.
I'm sure he doesn't love it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Dana did get a lot of his famous clip where it was like Americans don't want to see religion brought into it. Dana gets a lot of shit from that. From like people on the right really like Dana, but they really don't like that comment that he made.
Well, I blogged just the quote, like Bryce Mitchell brought a Bible into the octagon and says that Satan's taking over the world, and I got a lot of people being like, he's right.
No, there's a lot of
were
people.
like, you're an asshole for like poking fun at this. Like Satan is here.
Was Buddha bad messaging you guys during the fight?
He wasn't, but
He messaged me the entire fight on Instagram.
I tweeted afterwards, like, well, that was awkward, and Buddha liked it, which I knew like it had to hurt him for Bryce to have like an awkward moment. Marina Rodriguez pretty much killed the Karate
Dominant
Hottie.
win, yeah.
Like maybe beat her into
Yeah,
retirement.
like smoked her.
Cut her
Beat the-
open.
beat the brakes off
You
her.
guys, so I wasn't home yet. I was still on my way back from Pizza Fest, and I just get a text like, OMG karate hottie.
I knew when I sent that I should have.
Well, the next text was 10-8 question mark. And I was like, oh my God, like, did karate hottie just go out there and fucking 10-8 Rodriguez in the first? And I just quickly sent a picture of her face to show.
That's the most blood we've seen in a while.
And like the tweet we had, I said like there's a minute and 40 seconds into the round, I think.
And I will say, and the craziest part is Michelle, like Karate Hottie, won the first minute of the fight because she took her down and she kind of had a little bit of control. And then Marina got up and was just like, no, I'm going to legitimately kill you.
Just like, yeah, make her.
I mean, she came out in the second round and just was like, I'm just mauling you with no regard.
Do you think she retires? Has she made a statement after the fight?
She posted a photo of her with like her thumbs up. She's like, oh, all good. Thanks for the support, guys, and the prayers. The photo is just like, it was bad. I mean,
her
she got
daughter was crying in front row.
I know.
That was like a levels fight. Like she got the shit beat out of her.
Bringing your kid to the crowds, like it's a tough game. Yeah. We've seen it with Holloway where it goes great and then it goes bad. But the good thing with Holloway is never been knocked out. Getting knocked out,
true.
Then Izzy obviously
like that. A little blessed too. He's like, I feel like he wouldn't even care. Like if Holloway gets pieced up, he'd be dabbing in the background still.
Also, did you see the video of Pereira and his kids sparring?
Yeah,
dude, he throws the exact same leg kick.
Yeah,
it's like,
dude, I was like, yo, he's kind of winning the round. And then Pereira would just like, I think his son would kick him a little too hard. And then Pereira's like, all right, bro. And then he would just like at the jab. But I mean, those two kids are just like born killers.
Brian Battle beat AJ Fletcher too.
My God. Battle's a dog, man. And he even said he hated his performance. He thought he sucked. I
thought in the first round he did not fight as well.
He said he thought he didn't think he fought very well.
But that happens, and then how you respond in the second round, I think, tells you a lot about a fighter.
He's done that a lot, man. He's got he's had a couple first rounders in the last like couple of years, but he's a grinder. I just think he can win a lot of different ways. I think I'd like to see him get like a real. Not like a crazy contender, but I like to see him even maybe get a shot at a ranked guy or a guy like close to the rankings. I mean,
yeah, who do you think is next for him?
I don't know because I was kind of surprised they made the Fletcher matchup. To be honest,
I know.
I thought he deserved a little better than that. I
think at welterweight you could probably give him someone in the rankings,
like somebody in like maybe like
Can you give him Chiesa? He's at 15 right now. I know he didn't look good in his last fight.
I'd like to see him fight Chiesa.
But like I think you can make that fight.
I think he could beat Chiesa.
Same.
This version of Chiesa, I think he definitely could beat. Because at this point, you just saw how unathletic Chiesa is now. Like with battles, he's not as athletic as Holland, but he's definitely more athletic than Chiesa.
And like going up the list, it's Magny, Holland, Jack Della, and like you're not going to go Jack Della or above for him right
now. No, definitely not.
And I
think they want to beat his stardom isn't there yet either.
Yeah, no.
It's building slowly, but he's not like he said Gunnar Nelson. That's actually not a bad matchup.
I was going to say Gunnar.
That's a good.
What about Randy Brown?
That's another one. That'd be a good one too. But those are both good names. Even like maybe like Chaos.
Williams, I was about to say Chaos. I'm looking at the list
like
now.
that. I think those are like good matchups for him potentially.
Even well, I guess Jeremiah Wells is coming off a loss. D-Rod.
Yeah, D-Rod makes sense too, for sure.
D-Rod would be good.
I think all those guys would definitely make sense for both sides for a fight.
Any other things you want to mention? Charles Jourdain got a quick submission.
I thought Jourdain really did well. That was a great performance by him. But what's his name?
I was
Ramos really put himself in a.
That's what I was going to say. I was surprised Ramos made that mistake.
Yeah.
I thought obviously the fight was early on. I thought Ramos was doing like pretty well. I was surprised he just got caught in the gilly like that.
Yeah.
I think it was one of those where he just got early, like no sweat.
Yep.
And he just had it in
no sweat. Yeah.
He had it in a real deep.
I didn't think when he had it in, I didn't think Jourdain was going to complete it.
I didn't think he was going to tap that quick. But it must have been super tight, obviously.
I thought Miles Johns really had a great performance.
Yeah, he was good. That's Argueta. He's a good fighter, but John, I think that was just one of those the experience. He's fought in the UFC for a while. He's beat some good guys. He's fought some good guys.
Malkoon's elbows, like he was doing it the whole fight, dude.
Yeah.
Like he does. Like I hate DQs like that, but like he was doing it multiple times, and he got warned.
Yeah,
multiple times, and I get why Brundage, and he really hit him hard in the back.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just a real
Brundage with the round one.
Yeah, that's what they cashing the round one ticket on that. I imagine.
Real nice.
Cashing like Brundage inside the distance.
Amazing.
If he just got mauled.
Yeah. Tim Means got the only other finish.
I was way off on that one.
Yeah.
Way off. Means beat the shit out of him. That was a bad bet by me.
I will say Fiala had some moments.
He did, but I really thought Fiala was going to go in there and like just be the better striker and knock him out, and it was just the total opposite.
Yeah, I was on Means there.
Opposite.
I was happy to be
wrong.
on that, but I thought Fiala's just. I wouldn't even say he had hype. It was just like more circumstances.
Well, he fought like 3 pay-per-views in a row.
Yep.
And then Jake Matthews just totally like exposed him. I mean, he's got knocked out a few times in a row. No, I just thought Means was old enough that was going to be like not the.
I saw your read when I put the bet in on Means. I was like, because I saw it in my head. Fiala like Means up against the cage, and Fiala just like folds him.
I just thought Fiala was just going to need to land like one good one, and it was going to be like the beginning of the end. Like I didn't think he was going to just like one hitter quitter, like sleep him. I thought he was going to land like the big one that led to like the next big one, and like put him down like that. But not Means. I mean, Means the Dirty Bird still got a little left in the tank.
Yep. I love the Dirty Bird. What a great nickname.
It's great. I love saying it. This is the Dirty
Bird's great. Yeah.
He fought like a Dirty Bird in there. He beat the young cat.
That's all I've got on this card and news wise. Do you guys have anything else?
Ngannou went back on Rogan. Pretty much said I would love to fight John Jones.
Yeah, he said the Jones fight is bigger than like a UFC title.
And then people on Reddit were like, "Oh, the UFC belt's lost all its prestige." Like, what does that mean?
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, no, it hasn't.
What does that
Definitely
fucking mean? Like, that's such a Reddit circle jerk.
It's a shame. It truly is like a shame for the fans that fight will never happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, Felder.
Yeah, Felder's gonna fight.
Yeah,
apparently.
Felder's. He wants back on UFC 300. Is
Which
that
would
the
be-
rumor?
And he's
Would be
training
April.
with the
Be
GOAT.
awesome.
He's training with the GOAT.
You would Strickland.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
What did Strickland's shirt say? Like, it's fine, I'm gay.
No, it sounds gay. I'm in.
Yeah, that's his new shirt.
I could see him just driving down, like, it was just, or like in a random store. He was on the boat with his girlfriend this weekend, and he was just recording her, and you could tell their relationship. There's just so many moments. The girl's just like, Sean, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Dude, the video of he posted on his Instagram story.
Yes, the story.
Of there was of him with Marvin Vittori and Marvin's like Mercedes. I was literally in tears. He goes, that's that real shit, Vittori. He goes, that's that pussy wagon. And then he shows his car, Sean Strickland's car. There's a Hyundai Accent. It is absolutely filthy. It is so dirty. He just goes in front of me because I'm put a little Mercedes logo right in front, like just over the Hyundai logo. Just the way he was like, Vittori goes, that's that real shit, Vittori. It's that pussy wagon. He's like, I was dying.
What's his name? Hamzat's no longer a citizen of Sweden. He's I think UAE or maybe I think it's UAE.
UAE, yeah.
And so I don't think we'll see him fight in America anytime soon.
No.
He's gonna be like a once a year, just like every Abu Dhabi card. He just like
Just a
fights.
little attraction.
He just fights every October in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. Home games only.
Yep. Crazy.
Home games only.
He said he wants to fight Costa, and then he wants the belt. He wants the title, which I think he's a name that in the way that division's set up right now, he could get it.
Yeah.
The only problem would be if Strickland beats Izzy again.
Yes.
Then Strickland's got a whole new. All the contenders are like Robert Whitaker's ears are just perked up right now. He's like, give me that, and then he's back in it. Pretty much everyone's back in it.
Oh,
Obviously, Cannonier right back in it. Already beat him.
Yep.
He'd be right there.
Go 6 years.
Obviously, Duplessis is still just sitting there like, hey, I did what I am the number one contender technically.
Yeah. Go Sixers 1, 2, 3. I have this thought probably a few times a day. You know how many times we think about the Roman Empire trend? It's like, how many times do you think about Sean Strickland being a UFC champion? It's unbelievable.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. I totally forgot they did that. That Khalid and Cannonier.
Oh yeah.
Fight. That's on the December 2nd card.
Figueiredo against Font.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
fight.
that's
Dude,
a banger.
that card, they're saying now, it's supposed to be Minneapolis. Now they're saying maybe Florida, Orlando. That card looks awesome.
And then
Let me hold on. I think they have.
Then there was third. Oh, it was Sean Strickland, Colt member. What's his name?
Oh, let me pull up the
against
Chris Curtis.
No, Chris Curtis is no. Who's the guy who's in the Colt? He's trying to save. Fuck, I see him right now.
Oh, he's too nice.
He's too nice.
Just talked about him. Oh shit, who is it? Oh god.
They came into the camp and took him out.
at Couture.
Yeah.
So they don't have the November 2nd thing, but fuck.
Roundtree, thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Khalil
Thank
Roundtree.
you.
He's fighting
Azamov.
Him and Azamov. Yeah, that's a great fight.
Mirzakhanov. I think that's a great fight. That would be great to see how good Mirzakhanov is.
Yeah, oh, and Brady Gas.
Oh yeah, it's reported by Magic.
That's the December. Yeah, no, that December 2nd, December 16 look like to be insane cards. Really great fight night, then an insane pay-per-view to end the year. Very excited for, honestly, all the next, like, the October main events or October pay-per-view is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we got a great rest of the year coming up.
Very
we'll
excited.
preview that on Thursday as well.
Very excited.
So come back. We'll preview the rest of the 2023 MMA slate, and we'll find something else to talk about too. We'll talk about some MMA news.
Yeah, I'm sure something will break.
Yeah, something will come out.
And we'll be back Thursday, and then yeah, probably
Then
same time.
Main event next week. The week at main event. King Green versus Grant Dawson.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna have to bet Bobby Green?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not on the Grant Dawson fraud train. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he looked great his last fight. I mean, against Ismagulov, he fucked him.
I kind of like Grant Dawson.
All right. We'll talk to you